Hello. In this short video, I will be going through the process for configuring the Apache web server to serve the files required by the Rollout client. The server used for the demonstration is a freshly built Ubuntu 12.04 64-bit server in a cloud environment which is hosted by DigitalOcean. As this server is freshly built, I don't have any user account set up yet, so I will be running all commands as root. All commands and configuration details are case sensitive. Before installing the rollout components, you should decide where the files will be served from. I will refer to this as the rollout directory for the remainder of this video. I've decided on the directory /data/rollout. We don't need to create this directory right now, as the process of downloading the rollout components will create the directory we've decided upon. We do, however, need to ensure that the leading directory structure is present. And in order to accomplish this, we'll run the command makedir/data. We'll be using git to clone the rollout repository. Again, since this is a freshly built server, I need to ensure that git is installed. This is an Ubuntu server, so the installation command is apt-get -y install git. Now that we have git installed, we can clone the rollout repository. We need to be in the directory that we created earlier, which was /data. Now we can clone the repository. The command to clone the repository is git clone https://github.com/alienresidence/rollout.git. The cloning process creates the rollout directory for us. Now that we have a directory structure that we can use for serving rollout-related files, we now need to install and configure Apache. Again, because we're using Ubuntu, we need to use apt-get to install the Apache web server. The command is apt-get -y install Apache 2. Now that Apache has been installed, it needs to be configured for rollout. For this video, we'll be using the default instance of Apache. We need to edit the default configuration file for Apache. I'm choosing to use Vim, but any editor will do. If you're unfamiliar with Vim, you might want to think about using Nano instead. The default Apache configuration file is located in /etc apache 2 sites-available/default. Near the bottom of this file is where we're going to be making our edits. Above the last line in the configuration file, we need to add the following configuration details. So we have an alias that is specifying any URL that has rollout at the beginning of it will automatically be served out of /data/rollout. I think it is important to note this configuration is not secure at all, as anyone with access to your server can potentially view your rollout configuration. In most cases, this is not what you want to do. It will, however, work for this video because we're only exposing an open source tool's default configuration. It's also important to note that the options, indexes, and follow symlinks is important to the way that rollout downloads the information. Now we can save the file. So now that we have configured Apache, we need to tell the web server to reload its configuration so we can test rollout. In order to do that, we will use the default start-stop script provided by Ubuntu for Apache. etc/init.d/apache2 reload. For the purpose of this video, we can safely ignore the warning about reliably determining the server's fully qualified domain name. The status returned from reloading the web server should be OK. And if so, then we can test rollout now. In order to test the web server's configuration, we can simply use wget on the README file located in the rollout directory. And here we have the README. So we have successfully configured Apache to serve rollout contents. That concludes the Apache web server installation and configuration for rollout video. Thank you.